Hi, how you doing? Some time ago I had come across an idea called predestination, or it's actually what we call Calvinism, and it made my stomach churn in the sense that I couldn't handle that idea. I thought, if God is like this, I don't know whether I could, follow that type of God. And it is a very harsh doctrine, a doctrine which makes it out that God has created all of these people, sent his son to die, but only for a select little group of them who God would pre-choose before he even created the world. So God would select one or two people to save, and the rest are just history. Now, to me, that didn't make any sense, and it made me not like who God was. And there's so many people out there that believe in Calvinism that the purpose for this video is to put a link below to a website where I've gone over all of the arguments for Calvinism and all the arguments for free will and all of that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quote something here. It's from Justin Martyr. Justin Martyr was one of the earliest church fathers. He was AD 110 to 165, so he wasn't long after the apostles. He was shortly after them. Now, he was a church father. He was talking about what the church believed, and I just want to read this little bit here. It says, "But lest some suppose from what has been said by us that we say whatever happens by a fatal necessity, because it has been foretold as known beforehand, this too we explain." So he said there's a kind of fatalism, a kind of idea that God directs everything and people are just driven by this fate. Well, he says that that's not really the way it is. He goes on, he speaks a lot, but then he says down here, "And again, unless the human race has the power of avoiding evil and choosing good by free choice, they're not accountable for their actions." He says that in so many places. But so what I'm saying is I've got some of these resources, some of these writings from the early church fathers. I've put them on this website. I've given the case for free will, and you can have a look at that case and just see what you think of it. Now, I think it's a valid case. I think where Jesus said he wanted to gather the people as a hen gathers chicks, but they weren't willing, shows that Jesus had a desire to save people, but they just weren't willing to be saved. So we go into all those topics and talk about them all. The website is everybodymattersministry.com, and there's a link off to a thing called God's Plan, but I'm going to actually put the link in the bottom of this video so that you can go away and have a look at this resource. So I've put it there. I've spent a fair bit of time on it. It's still not perfect. You're going to find faults. You'll probably find spelling errors and commas in the wrong place, but just see how you go. At least have a look at the case that I've presented so that you can make your own decision.